the other thing is we were talking about with the food, like the machine aspect of it. It was, and this was something that I had already started doing from my early career when I was, trying to be fancy, the, when I was a young cook, the French Laundry cookbook came out, my first El Bulli cookbook came out. And this is like, the beginning of like modern right now gastronomy. This is like kind of when I was a young cook. That's when this stuff was happening. And there was a lot of me that was like, this shit's awesome. And this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I did it for a long time. But as I got older, and I think this is what you're talking about, the simplicity, I found that a plate didn't need to have 6 garnishes and a cup with a sauce on it, and then a sprinkle from something else to make it cool. If you just spend a little bit of time focusing on what the prep is and what's going into it, making it delicious, makes a huge difference. I mean, I did a stage at WD-50 when it first opened up. I think Wiley always tells me I was the first stage there. And I remember him, like the most distinctive thing I remember that whole week, besides being like, we're in a scientific lab here making food, was that, his approach to stuff is making it cool and it has to be delicious. Like that was it. It didn't matter if it had, 17 different chemicals in it. It had to be delicious. There was no other end goal except delicious. And that always stuck with me. That's, I really, that was just like something, look at this guy doing the coolest food in the world, but it has to be delicious. Even if it was like, if he made something that floated above your plate by some magical process, it was going to taste fucking awesome. And it didn't matter what it took to get there. It just had to be delicious. So I think when I got to Balthazar, I had already like jettisoned everything. Like I didn't care about, hydrocolloids and spherification, those things. I dabbled in it and it was gone. I'd rather just make, and then like working for Tom was a big thing. Like, let's buy really cool, great stuff, great food, great meat, great produce, great seafood. Start with the best and cook it, don't fuck it up and just make it delicious. That was kind of the beginning of me just stripping away all those years of, kind of a Michelin 3-star ideal of what it takes to have amazing food. And then by the time I got to Balthazar, it was like, these 3 things taste amazing together. Let's make them as good as we can and put them on a plate. You got a great sauce, you got a great piece of meat and some delicious potatoes. Great. There's a plate. You know what I mean? And that gets you right in the barbecue where it's, it's like the less shit I can do to something in barbecue is better for me. 100% on barbecue. The more stuff you put in the barbecue, I think messes it up.